Good morning to each of you. I'm Bobby Powell, president of Cascade BMA. We're grateful that you've taken time out of your schedule to be with us this morning. We are thrilled to have All-in-One Security leadership team with us this morning to share the services that they provide to our communities. I will introduce them in a moment, but first I'd like to tell you about Cascade BMA. Our mission is to increase awareness and promote growth and development of businesses and business opportunities in the Cascade community. By working toward a common goal of business success, members enhance quality and strengthen our business corridor. The type of businesses in our community include food and beverages, salons and spas, security providers such as All-in-One Security, customer service, retail grocers, insurance, furniture, printers, promotional items, dry cleanings, affordable legal and identity theft services, mental health, home-based businesses, and many others. Our ongoing goals are to create a strong, unified voice to represent business interests and concerns to our local government agencies. Our other goal is to continue to beautify our Cascade corridor by hosting monthly cleanups every fourth Saturday. We meet at the Cascade Road driving range located on Cascade Road near 285. We would love to have you guys come out and join us on any fourth Saturday. And if you're interested, please just jot your email address, telephone number in our chat box. Our other goal is to continue to host our monthly learning development experiences through webinars for the growth of your business. We host quarterly networking sessions where business owners are provided an opportunity to network with other neighboring businesses. You can learn more about Cascade Business and Merchants Association or Cascade BMA on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, as well as our website. This presentation today will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Now, today, our dynamic partner, All-in-One Security Services, under the leadership of Mr. Rick Robinson as the president, or our presenters. We have with us Mr. Clarence Powell as the executive vice president, Mr. Greg Sims as the vice president with a focus on business development, and Mrs. Annette Melvin, director of operations. So, All-in-One, take it from here.
Oh, wow. Good morning. Thank you for the warm introduction, Bobby. Thank you to you for your leadership of Cascade Business and Merchants Association, and to Rich and all the board members of Cascade Business and Merchants Association. We've been a member of this organization for a long time and have gained some valuable knowledge and friendships and business experience as a result of this relationship that we will get into absolutely here. I wanted to also take an opportunity to thank my colleagues who will be joining me in this presentation today, Mr. Clarence Powell and Ms. Annette Melvin, for their stewardship of All-in-One. It's their hard work and effort that even put us in a position to where you would even want to have us here to present to your fine organization. So I definitely want to thank them for their leadership and then for their efforts. We will go through as I get into the presentation to talk about all the members of our team, but I absolutely also want to point out, as you had mentioned before, Rick Robinson, who is the president, who sets the direction and provides all the resources for us to do what we need to do to keep this thing moving, this train moving on a day-to-day basis, and to grow it and to think about where we're going to be down the line as we continue to grow and evolve as an organization. And so we're going to get into this prepared presentation. And by any means, if there are any questions as we are going along here, definitely just do it in the moment. This is definitely going to be interactive. And we hope that by the end of this session, you will learn and know more about us as an organization and our relationship with Cascade Business and Merchants Association. So without any further ado, let's just get into it. We're All-in-One Security Services, Inc. We are in the Cascade corridor. We are in the Promenade Park office building, 3915 Cascade Road, Suite 240. and we have been in the building nearly our entire existence. And so we have always been in this community. We live in this community as well as work. Our children have gone to school in this community. So we are very invested and we are very honored to be here. At All in One, we feel that we are the key to your security. We are security experts. If you don't have All in One, you probably got the wrong team. Not throwing any shade anywhere else. That's just how strongly we believe in what it is that we do on a day-to-day basis. We get better and better as time goes along, and we've been around since 2001. So for 22 years, we have just been honing and focusing and getting better and better in the security industry. And so we definitely wanted to make sure that, you know, that's what we feel. At All in One, we have a mantra, and it's not just a slogan or anything. This is our way of life. You know, we talk about this. You know, we open up our meetings with this. We have live meetings where we do this. We have emails and text blasts and corporate communications, and this is our way of life. And this is the way we go about doing our business each and every day. It's important to know that we didn't have any of this before we started with Cascade Business Merchants Association. So through all of our interactions, we see what our colleagues are doing. We visit their offices, we go to meetings with them, and we build what works for us. And so at All in One, our mantra is that we'll always be professional and committed to providing the best possible experience for both our internal and our external customers. When you do business, you normally just focus on your external customer, the person who's paying you this paycheck and things of that nature. But as you grow as a company and you start to branch out and you have defined areas of responsibility, we find out that we are each other's customers as well. Net needs something from Greg to get out to a client to get us certified or a check paid or something like that, and I don't deliver, then we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And vice versa. If I need something from Mr. Powell, you know, he's always on time, he's always there, and it's excellent and moving forward. And so that's the kind of spirit that we try to build amongst our team. And so this is something that we really believe in, being professional. We also try to maintain a unified approach where team members move as a cohesive unit and we build trust. You know, hopefully what you hear from me is what you're going to hear from Ms. Melvin. What you hear from me, you're going to hear from Mr. Robinson. You're going to hear from Mr. Powell. You'll hear from our leaders out in the field, our supervisors, you know, because, you know, we've talked through this. We have policies and procedures in place. We put all of these things together, and we're always referring back to this living document that's breathing and changing, and we learn as we grow. So we like to be unified. We also like to provide uncompromising excellence in our service delivery by maintaining process efficiency and consistency that leads to future opportunities for all. When you're working on a contract, you're in a relationship. We're working together. We're working with the client's team, you know, at our own various levels. And in any case, and the matter is, we're trying to provide excellent service. They in turn can call and rely on us, and they know that whatever we're doing, we're working in the best interest of them as a company and as ourselves as an organization. And it's that kind of relationship that fosters ongoing, you know, contract renewals and opportunities down the line for all of the team members that we serve. And then finally, we do all of this with integrity. You know, integrity is what you do when people are not looking, you know, and I want you to say behind my back that Greg's a great guy, you know, and that Greg, he given blood, sweat, and tears to deliver what it is that he says that he's going to do, and to tell you when I can't, and to give you realistic time frames and guidelines. You know, no, I can't get it to you right now, but I can get this to you within 24 hours. I can get it to you, you know, I can come back to you with those kinds of things. And so those are things that we learn along the way, and this is our mantra, and this is how we conduct ourselves. Our mission, our vision, and our core values are tied into this mantra. We every day we're trying to develop our team. We're all in a continuous learning mode. You know, I learned from the people in the field. I learned from Ms. Melvin. I learned from Mr. Powell. I learned from Bobby Powell. I learned from our clients. The person who thinks they can't learn, you know, you're in the wrong business, you know, because you'll get humble quick in doing what it is that we do. Also, as far as developing our team, what we try to do, and we heard this, we did an interview yesterday with a potential leader, and he said, look, I can't move up if I don't get you ready. And so if you kind of think about it that way, I want you ready to occupy my seat. When I'm down or if something happens to me, we don't stop. We continue to move. We pull plans off the shelf. We've talked through these things, and we adjust as we grow. So we're always attempting to develop our team. We want to safeguard our clients. It goes back to trust. In security, clients are, they're entrusting us with their assets and their property, and in some cases, their people. And so it is important to be able to have a dialogue. This is a 24/7 business. There are things that happen way after hours when we're with our families or when we're doing things on our personal time that require us to dust off the shelf and do whatever we need to do to handle situations. And you have to be able to do that if you committed to first-class customer service. And so it's trust and responsibility when it comes to safeguarding our clients. And then exceeding expectations. You don't get to 22 years in business without exceeding expectations. We have the scope of work. We have our post orders. We have our operating procedures and things of that nature. But that's just the starting point. That's what everybody's doing. Everybody can do that. What are you going to do above and beyond in these times of crisis, in these times of need, to show your clients that you're always going to be there for them? For us, when we do these things and go above and beyond, we're building our legacy. We are building a relationship. We're maintaining contracts. We're just honing in on relationships. A lot of the relationships that we'll talk about in this presentation are long relationships where we've not only gotten through the initial contracts, we've done renewals and rebid where we've gotten into this work as well. And we're very proud of that. Our vision is to be recognized as the premier total security solutions provider. So for us, we're not just, we add value. We provide solutions. We go on walkthroughs with our clients. We do threat assessments. We try to tell them where they can save a buck or two. And we also tell them, this is where you need to really spend the money so that you and us can sleep at night. And so it's a constant back and forth. We do touch pins. We monitor client facilities. We do all of those things. And anytime something new comes along, we will test it. Clients will ask us to come ahead of time and to look at something for them and to assess it. And so, we want them to know that we do everything under the security spectrum. And in those areas which we don't, we can kind of help you find that gap to make sure you have a total solution. Our purpose is to build a professional, unified, and uncompromisingly excellent organization, and to do that all with integrity. As I said before, I definitely speak. I have some of the greatest colleagues in the business, and Ms. Melvin is not going to let us half step on anything. Mr. Powell, there are tough sets of eyes and characters when I'm trying to put something out there to make sure that, we say iron sharpens iron. And that's what we're trying to do. Don't put that out there representing me. And so, we take that mantra very seriously. And so that comes from our leader, Rick Robinson, as well. And so that's how we try to conduct ourselves every day. Again, our core values are we're professional. We do everything with a unified approach. We're uncompromisingly excellent, and we do it with integrity. Let's talk about our executive leadership team. First of all, we have Rick Robinson. He is our president. Rick sets the vision for All-in-One with the input of us as the executive leadership team. We talk about where we are as a company, where we've been, where it is that we're trying to go. We come up with an annual plan every year. We try to come up with our budget goals for the year so that we can break those down in a quarterly fashion and on a monthly and a weekly basis. We're constantly honing and tweaking that process as we go along. And it's Rick who sets that vision to make sure that we have everything that we need. Once we decide on what it is that we're trying to do, we meet. We meet on a quarterly basis to say, this is what we said we were going to do. This is what we did. We met the mark here. Let's continue to do this. We didn't meet it here. What strategies are we going to implement to make sure that we can keep ourselves, moving onward and upward toward the goal of being the best security company in the industry. Next, we have Clarence Powell. He is our Executive Vice President of Operations. Everything that we do comes through. Mr. Powell has his eyes on it. We have policies, we have procedures, we have employee handbooks, we have HR guidelines and policies. We have, contractual guidelines. We deal with legal issues. We do presentations. We do all of those things. We have constant meetings with our clients. All of that stuff falls under Mr. Powell's purview. And so he works very closely. I have myself here next, but I'm going to actually jump down and go to Ms. Melvin, because the two of them together, anything that you think positive about the way All-in-One conducts business with our people out there in the field, it is because of these two. They are the rock of what it is that we get done. And we are constantly meeting. We are constantly tweaking. We meet with our leadership team. We meet with employees out in the field. We do surveys. We get client feedback that Bobby Powell helps us with. We do a lot of things to make sure we don't rest on our laurels, and we just don't assume that your business is a given for us. We work to earn your business every day, and it's those two, Mr. Powell and Ms. Melvin, that make sure that we stay focused in that regard. I'm responsible. My primary responsibility is business development. So whether it is a security contract or a technology contract, if it crosses my desk, that means we are definitely thinking about pursuing it. So there are proposals that need to be put together. There are financials that have to be gathered and given to the client. There are forms that need to be given out to various entities, whether it is the potential client themselves or a government entity, or, with our recommendations and certifications. There's risk management information that needs to be provided. And so I will be the key point of getting that from different members of our team and compiling that in a package with all of the team members that we work with. We have Sharon Johnson, who is our human resource specialist. And so we have, at last count, approximately 750 employees that work at All-in-One on about 25, 30 different projects. And so we are constantly interviewing. We have postings that are out there on websites. We are doing, we're doing job descriptions and reviewing and updating those all the time. We are working with clients to find out what other services they will be needing. And we are constantly we're background checking, we're screening employees. We're doing all of those things. And all of that falls upon the purview of Sharon Johnson and our human resources team. And then finally, we have Eric Wilson, who is he's our operations project manager. Between us and the field, we have a group of hard-working people that make sure that our employees have what it is that they need to do their jobs, to make sure that they have equipment, that they have post orders, that they have access to vehicles, that their booths are safe and clean, and that they have equipment to go back and forth, not only to us to communicate, but to a client as well. And Eric Wilson and his team, they do that very admirably for us. And I just say all of that is because I just think about our long tenure with Cascade Business Emergence Association, where we were building these things. And so we would put these things together, and we would come to member teams, and we would to the body and kind of share what we were thinking about. And the partners would tell us, what they liked and what they didn't like. And again, that's iron sharpening iron. They're out there in the business place. We respect everybody in the association. And so these are things you can hopefully see the growth that we have attained as a group. As it pertains to leadership.
And Greg, if I may, before you move on, we all know that Mary is transitioning out of the All-in-One portion of the company. She's now totally working the Mary Parker Foundation. But I just wanted to make sure that our audience recognize that Mary Parker is the founder of All-in-One Security, and we wish her well as she continues all of these great endeavors that she's involved in. And we're very proud of the new leadership that is taking place at All-in-One. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. Let's look at our services. We were founded in 2001, and we are an award-winning provider of security solutions. We are headquartered here, and we've grown over the years, and here are our lines of business. We do security personnel, both armed and unarmed. We have customer service representatives. So if you have gone to the airport and you see that group of delightful people in the lime green jackets that help with queue management and get you through the security queues, but also tell you what concourse different services and restaurants and things are on. That's our customer service representative team. We also do security technology, and I'll just stay at the airport since I'm talking about it, and I'm here sitting at the airport right now. All of the security cameras, 3,000 of them, and all of the access control points where you have to use your ID to get in and out of the secure areas of the airport, that is our team there that is maintaining those devices, making sure that those cameras stay focused and sharp and that they are cleaned off. They are making sure that those doors do lock and that they respond to the security people for those who have been given clearance by the security office at the airport. At the world's busiest airport, that is a serious responsibility, and it is our security technology team that does that. In addition to the cameras and the access control, they also monitor and maintain the AED devices, which are the defibrillators, in case something happens out in the airport and we have to go into a life-saving mode for a passenger out in the parking lot area of the airport. We also provide parking enforcement. The city of Atlanta had designated parking spots downtown in various neighborhoods and in downtown, and we monitor those security spots. We not only check to make sure that the team that's supposed to be in there, that's supposed to be there. We also make sure that people are safe and not parking near fire hydrants or doing any of those kinds of things that will prohibit the safety providers in the city from providing the essential services that they need. So we do the parking enforcement. And then finally, we do electrical work. New buildings that are going up, they need power supply and power source. We have certified electrical team members that provide that work. And we're very proud of that. And presently, All in One has nearly 1,000 professional team members and a strong leadership team consisting of over 100 years of executive management and security services experience. This graphic is just a overview of the depth and breadth of the types of clients that we have served and continue to serve. We've worked at Centennial Olympic Park, providing security for various events. We've been out there for mayoral induction ceremonies. We've done all kind of festivals and things at Centennial Park, and we'll continue to do that. At the city of Atlanta, we provide some critical infrastructure protection at both the watershed and public works facilities for the city of Atlanta. There are water storage facilities, as you know, that is a critical public trust and public utility. And so it is our team members that work with the city of Watershed to make sure that the appropriate people are getting in and out of those facilities and that nobody is leaving or doing anything to endanger the public by handling those facilities. We do work at DeKalb County government, and we have been out there since 2010. We work at about 22 of their facilities out there. We do some watershed work as well as the main government facilities, and that relationship is continuing to grow and evolve, and we are very proud of that. I mentioned the on-street parking that we do. We've provided security for Gwinnett County Public Schools at their main administrative facility in the past, and then we're currently working with the Center for Civil and Human Rights, and we've been there since 2014, and we continue to stay with them as they continue to grow and add additional services to the city of Atlanta. As I mentioned before, we do technology and electrical. I'll let my colleague, Ms. Melvin, kind of jump in and kind of talk about some of the main things that we do in this space. Ms. Melvin?
Yes, absolutely. So on the technology division, as you said earlier, we when you pull up to Atlanta Airport and you go inside, we are responsible for all those cameras actually in the parking deck as well as inside of Atlanta Airport. That's the domestic side as well as international. We also are responsible for the access control system. So we control all the doors and all the badges, like Greg said earlier, for everybody who's worked at Atlanta Airport. They either have to have a non-SIDA badge or a SIDA badge. secured badge or non-secured badge, and we're responsible for that. So I like to use, when I reference technology, I like to start at the beginning, and I will use Atlanta Airport as an example because it's a really good example. When you drive into Atlanta Airport and you go to park, you're going to see all-in-one security there. Once you park, whether you're driving a regular vehicle or if you drive an electrical vehicle, if you drive an electrical vehicle, our electricians are responsible for maintaining those EV sites. Once you get out your car and then you start to go in, you're going to run into our courtesy officers that's directing you to where you can go. Once you get inside the building, like Greg mentioned, you run up against our customer service reps. Those are what we call green jackets, or the lime green jackets. And so they will direct you as well, get you through the security line. So once you get through the security line and you get on domestic, you're going to run into all-in-one security as well. We're walking up and down the concourse. We're trying to help you out, trying to see how we can serve you. And then also, if you go over to international, that's going to be all-in-one as well. So you're going to run into our courtesy officers over there, and you're going to run into what we call concourse patrol officers. And those officers are walking up and down. So if an incident takes place, those cameras are what we service. So we service all those cameras. We can pull them up at any time to try to make sure that the passengers are safe. And so that is some of the technology that we provide for Atlanta Airport, as well as like Greg mentioned earlier too, we are responsible for the call boxes that's in the parking deck. So if you're lost, you can pick up that phone and call. That's all-in-one security. But the person that you talk to when you call, that's the C4 command center, and that is also all-in-one security. So there's some, we're all throughout Atlanta Airport in different capacities. And I like to share that because a lot of times we're in the community, like Greg is saying, and we offer a career path. So when you see all-in-one security, we're not just a security company. We are a company that offer a career path so that they can see, the employees can see how they can progress throughout the company. And then we help them get to wherever they need to go. If they want to be a part of the technology team, then we'll get them paired up so that they can work in technology and see if that's something they like, or we'll get them on the right path to make sure that if that's a career they want to pursue, they can. Our electrical division, we, again, once you pull up all those lights in the parking deck, all the lights that's on the outside, on the poles, that's all-in-one security. That's our electrical team. So they walk around, they make sure that, especially at night, that you can get to your car safely and everything is lit up, no issues. They change out the exit signs right there in the stairwell. So any lights involving the parking deck, that's our electricians. So we offer these type of career paths for the community. And in addition to giving them a career path within all-in-one, we have partnered with like DeKalb County. DeKalb County will certify our employees who wants to take the medical route. They can get certified as a CNA and they will pay for it. So our goal is to build the community. So if within all-in-one, we don't offer a medical career for you, but we have partners that do. So that's our goal. Our goal is just to continue to build up the community around Cascade. We do a lot of hiring within the community. We do a lot of training within the community. We do community service. So we're there. And a lot of that, like Greg said, is a lot of that was learned. So we took bits and pieces and we added to see how we can continue to grow. When Mary Parker started all-in-one security, she wanted to be different. She didn't want to be like the Coca-Colas. So some of our requirements isn't like Coca-Cola. I mean, otherwise they can go work for Coca-Cola. So we bring in people and we cater our business around our people. And so that's very important to us. And so again, like I said, the technology, I know I went off a little bit, but our technology division is there. it gives give them that career so that they can continue to be successful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Annette. And so looking now, just some visuals of some of the things that we do. Those dome cameras that you see everywhere, they have to be cleaned. They have to be sharpened and focused to make sure, because they can see license tags, and they are very focused. And so this is just an example of that. We do network installation where we run wire and cable and fiber throughout the building and set these up for various clients depending on what it is that they need. We do the safety systems, as Ms. Melvin said. These are the defibrillators, and just making sure that we have constant power to those and that they're up and running, so that if any emergency situations take place, then we will be able to respond to those accordingly. And then we do structured wiring, termination labeling, and testing of systems. And this is that advanced level of people. Then we have both electrical and low voltage licensed people on our team, and this is the kind of work that they do, and we can work with the best of them to complete this work. At All-in-One, this is what we do best. We work with aviation government services with all the work that we do at the airport. We work with government facilities, not just the city of Atlanta. We do a lot of work with Fulton County and Clayton County and DeKalb and all of these other counties. We deal with government critical infrastructure like the watershed and the government buildings where government employees are going in and out, and we need to secure those facilities. We deal with government parking structures. We deal with government schools. We deal with private-owned facilities as well. We deal with nonprofit organizations such as yourself. We do fire watch, where we will watch facilities as they're under construction to make sure that when the construction crews leave and come back, that material is still there and safe. We do construction. We don't do as much as we used to, but we do a ton of construction. And at the airport, through our customer service program, we do a lot of work with ATL Next, which is the construction arm of the airport. And so when they do the various construction projects at the airport, our CXR officers will go and man those areas to make sure that the traveling public or the employees out there don't go to any unsafe areas, to make sure that people are getting to where they need to be. And then finally, we have done special events forever. We've worked with Live Nation. We've worked with Ticketmaster and State Farm and just you name it. If there's a special event, we have done it. And we've worked the Trumpet Awards. We've done all kinds of major events, Super Bowls, All-Star games. We've done all of those things, and that just goes to our history. Before we get into the last couple of minutes here, we'd like to share a video with you. We just want you to take a look at the image that we have displayed here and what you see. I'm a Harvard guy. I went to school at Harvard Yard, and every morning I used to get up and go to class, and I'd see these individuals in those boats rowing, going down the river, and they in unison when I'm barely waking up, and they're doing all of these things. And the significance that it holds is that at All-in-One, we like to say that we believe that if you can get all the people in your organization rowing in the same direction, you can dominate any industry and any market against any competition at any time. We are a woman-owned and minority-owned firm. We compete with every security company, including Allied Universal, including Securitas, G4S, all of the big name companies out there. We compete on service. And in the same realm, we compete in the electronic and the technology space. We are a very huge part of the infrastructure of the world's largest airport, and our team that keeps that equipment up and running every day, and we're proud of all of that. So, well, with that said, before we conclude our presentation, we'd like to show you a video, and then we'll have a couple minutes for Q&A if you have them. So let's pray that my technology works.
Welcome to All-in-One Security Services. Founded in 2001, All-in-One is one of the nation's largest and most experienced security firms. As a fully certified global leader in high-level security personnel, security technology, traffic control services, and executive protection for private, corporate, and governmental entities, All-in-One was founded on one simple principle: excellence. At All-in-One Security Services, we consistently seek to enhance our expertise and specialization as a worldwide industry leader.
All-in-One Security Services was founded to provide unparalleled security services. During our early years, our primary focus was security personnel, but over time, All-in-One has evolved to meet the diverse needs of a technology-driven security industry. We're masters of security and technology, but at the core of what we do are strong relationships. At All-in-One, we understand relationships, and we strategically analyze the needs of each partner to exceed their highest expectations, and we deliver. With strategic alliance partners like Standard Parking, MC Dean, AGL Resources, HSS, and Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport.
At All-in-One Security, our reputation is the cornerstone of who we are. It defines our culture. We are an award-winning security firm dedicated to honesty, integrity, loyalty, dedication, and the delivery of real-time security and security technology-driven solutions. Our foundation has been strongly built and established. As president of All-in-One Security, I don't take the future lightly. The expansion of our security technology division allows us to transition into the 21st century, providing our clients a guarantee that their employees and assets are always being protected. We have established our organization as one that promotes and fosters a culture of excellence, high-quality service, and transparency. This culture drives our operational productivity and aids us in employing the most dedicated and experienced team members in the country. Because of this, we have seen double-digit increases in our personnel, record-breaking growth, and we are consistently expanding our reach in the global marketplace. I am proud to lead All-in-One Security. I am honored to call you our client. There is no doubt that we will grow together.
C.W. Matthews is primarily a heavy civil construction contractor. By that I mean roads, bridges, dams, highways, airports. In particular, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. We began our relationship with All-in-One in 2001. All-in-One was listed on the City of Atlanta Directory of Minority Contractors, and we were trying to spread the opportunity out and outreach as much as possible. All-in-One's references had very favorable recommendations. Very frankly, my first impression was correct, and we've established that relationship, and it's mushroomed and blossomed and grown for other categories of work with All-in-One through the years. What makes All-in-One our favored subcontractor or company we prefer to work with is the qualities, dedication, level of integrity exhibited by all the people that we know at All-in-One. Those qualities manifest themselves from the top down.
We meet the security demands of some of the world's most recognized corporate entities. We are the key to your security.
Call us today to learn more about our full range of award-winning security services.
Sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. So having said that, I wanted to thank you for the opportunity of presenting the company that we love so much to you. And to just say we are very proud of our association with the Cascade Business and Merchants Association. We have learned a lot. We have grown a lot since we have started our affiliation there. We have provided leadership to the organization, and will continue to support all of the endeavors of Cascade Business and Merchants Association. So with that said, if there are any questions for us, we'll take them at this time.
I've got a question. This is Joel. Just curious, do you guys ever think you'll go into personal security, homes?
We have transitioned away. Go ahead, Annette. You can take it.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this time, that's not a direction that we're going into. We're trying to stay more on the commercial side and not cross over into that residential side.
Okay. And I've got one other question.
Sure.
What can we do to help your business to grow?
Well, one thing I would say is you guys have done a lot to help us grow. We've gotten quite a from the relationships of coming there. We did a presentation maybe a couple of years ago, and we were able to build a relationship and was able to do work down at GICC and also the new arena at the time that they have in College Park. So you guys have definitely been there for us, and we have seen that growth. I just think that if we just maintain our partnership, we continue to maintain that and continue to support each other. And I think that's all we really need to keep that relationship going. And you guys do a wonderful job of that.
Yeah. And let me just add to that without specifically saying what you can do for us. Let me say what some of the things that you have done for us. When we have gone to get certified as a woman-owned company, as a minority-owned company with We Bank and GMSDC, or with the city of Atlanta or with any other counties having dealt with that, we've come to you first, at least because, there were organizations that had already walked that path. You could tell us who was doing this and the best way and the people to talk to expedite, these kinds of things, because sometimes you need to certify and a contract is due and is imminently due and things like that. So we've always done that. You've helped us understand which corporations are really about the business of working with women, with organizations with women and minority leaders on them. You've kind of helped us, get into programs that we needed to get into, like the Georgia Men of Protege program, things that we've done and that have helped our business. A lot of the awards that we have received, we kind of worked here. I mentioned the Trumpers Awards, the Vendors of Excellence Award. We won a lot of awards, just working, and just doing these kinds of things. And there are a lot of key leaders in this city, like who live and represent our community. I remember Keisha Lance Bottoms at the time when she was not the mayor, when she was a city council person representing the area. And we got Marsha Overstreet doing it right now. And then you have Mayor Reed when he represented the area as a state representative. If we needed introductions, CBMA provided those introductions and helped us get through doors. Now with the new city of South Fulton, as we need help with our licensing and those kinds of things, and we need to call, Councilperson Rao or anybody like that, because we're not hearing from the people that we need to. You guys open those doors for us. And then that mentioned the contracts that we've already won. I remember going and presenting at a CBMA meeting where we met those people before the arena was built, and then Mr. Powell leading us as a group to go get that work. And so, that relationship is solid. And so thank you, and thank you.
Absolutely.
And having said all of that, Greg, I would just like to say that you guys are definitely, a partner that we hold very near and dear to our heart. You guys have been very good to Cascade BMA. Anything that we've needed, you guys have always stepped right up to the plate to assist us, and helping us move the organization forward. So we appreciate you guys as well, and for allowing us to be a part of the growth of All-in-One Security.
Absolutely.
I just want to thank you for me being one of the benefits with Legal Shield and ID Shield, and thank you because especially in my early stages, having a company such as yours, all-in-one, that is, it has made a difference for me. So I just want to thank you.
We all we got.
And it's saying that, Rich, I always forget to acknowledge the customer service training that I've done with all of the employees at some point that came through All-in-One Security. So that high quality of customer service that you see, I applaud, the opportunity to have been given, that I've been given, to sit there and train those people. And as Greg talked about Allied, Universal, and the other major companies, one of the things that set us apart is that customer service. So I've been privileged to be on the front end of almost everything that has taken place at All-in-One Security. And though I have retired from both All-in-One and the Mary Parker Foundation, it's a privilege to have my phone ring and they're still calling for assistance. And I'm very grateful. And I will always be grateful for the fact that you guys value the input that I've offered the company all these years.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Amen.
Clarence, would you like to say anything?
Good morning and thank you. They've said else to say. We just sit back here and do the work.
Okay.